Hi guys, we are trying to do this. Who knows if this is gonna work?
Yeah, we are at CBS Radford. I don't know if we're allowed to say that, so shh. Just got done with a taping of a show that we both cover, and because it's the day of the Emmy nominations, and we both had very, I will say I had violent reactions, and I'm sure she had strong reactions because she's nicer than I am. Oh, I'm Danielle TBD.
I'm Marisa Roffman. It's been a long day. We've been up since 5-something in the morning.
And
I don't know. I assume you've been up
definitely
5 in the
over.
morning.
It's definitely at least 13, 14-hour day right now. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about what we think about the Emmy nominations.
Before the planes or cars try to kill us.
It's fine. So I will say that there were a lot of nominations that I personally wanted to see happen that I never necessarily expected to see happen. But oddly enough, a couple of them actually did end up coming to fruition, mostly in the comedy category. Merritt Wever got one for Nurse Jackie, which I was really, really excited about. I was really excited also, I mean, it's just kind of a shoo-in, but Jessica Lange for American Horror Story, and Connie Britton.
Love her.
I do love them both.
Yes.
And Connie Britton for American Horror Story as well, that I was excited about.
I still think it's cheating. I understand why they are in the miniseries category. I still think it's cheating.
But see, I was going to say I think Ashley Judd for Missing is cheating.
Oh, don't get me started.
Because that is, you're walking away and the frame is very small.
I know. That's how angry I am.
Here's the thing though, like, that's rewriting, that is them now trying to rewrite history. When they set out to make Missing, if they had said, we intend for this to be a one-season show, I would say fine, put it in the miniseries category. And that's kind of why I'm okay with American Horror Story, because they always set out to say anthology drama. Whether or not we believe that they would stick to that is another story. But they said it from the beginning, and so I'm a little bit more okay with it.
I feel like they kind of implied that they wouldn't necessarily be returning, but it wasn't said definitively until the season ended.
No, it wasn't definitively, but I feel better about it than Missing for that reason. Because Missing, I feel like if it had done well, they would have happily picked it up for another season.
They want to actually do it back on the network.
Right, and I'm not saying she wasn't good, but part of my issue is also, rewarding people for doing the best they can with not great material. I didn't love Missing, and I'm not even just talking about Ashley Judd in this situation. I'm thinking Dexter, Michael C. Hall, fabulous actor, but overall the season was such a mess that I was kind of like, I almost wish that slot had gone to somebody else.
Yes.
I kind of feel the same way about Kathy Bates and Melissa McCarthy. Love them both as actors and as women, but I can't watch either of their shows. They're not for me, and I just feel like they're subpar when you compare them to other shows for what they do.
Right.
And so again, I kind of wish that there were other people in those slots, and there were a lot of people I felt that were deserving that just, I'm waiting for you to say where was John Noble.
I was waiting for you to stop talking. I was trying not to interrupt you.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Ashley Judd now has more Emmy nominations than John Noble has for Fringe. Legitimately. God love Ashley Judd and her missingness and all of that
That
stuff.
sounded weird.
Whatever. It's been a long freaking day.
It
See?
really
Censoring
has.
myself still.
It's the
at least we got that. No, but I mean, I tweeted about this vaguely, and spoiler alert for you guys who are actually watching this, you'll know what it is. When they said Ashley Judd, I literally started laughing out loud. Literally laughed out loud.
That's a better reaction than most, I think.
And I'm like, okay, sure. And it's one of those things that frustrates me most about award shows, that it's not even, maybe the people who watched it really think she was deserving, but I'd also be willing to bet that a lot of people looked at that category, looked for names that they saw, then recognized and were like, oh, I liked her in X, Y, or Z. I'm gonna mark her for this. The same thing with the HBO movie with Nicole Kidman and Hemingway. Yeah, it's like, I did not see the movie, so it could be an amazing movie.
It wasn't. Sorry.
Right. I've heard it was not so great. And they buried it. They super buried that movie.
But she's Nicole Kidman, and you're going to vote for her because she's great.
And it's like a lot of those kind of categories feel like they get those. They're those name things, and that frustrates me. And yes,
well, I mean,
I know John Noble would not have nominated for Best Actress in a miniseries, so it's not like she stole the nomination from him.
You don't know. No.
He's good enough; he could have warranted it. But that being said, and I didn't really think that Fringe would get anything this year. As much as I adore Fringe, I feel like the best chance it had for award show love was last season. Unless season 5 was amazing.
Yeah, wait a minute. Last season, there's always that trend of, oh, it's the last season, we better get them at least a nomination.
I'm a little worried given how many new cable shows there are on the drama side. I feel like, as we've seen this year, it's very much a cable-heavy thing, especially on the drama side.
But I think
so,
that's a response to the market, and the cable dramas are just stronger overall. I really do. Like, I mean, when I was thinking about if I was a voting member, what I personally would have nominated was very
Homeland.
different. Well, yes, but
That's
but
maybe.
personal nominations versus what I, professionally, critically could have
Right.
justified.
Right.
A lot of what I would have selected was on cable as well. Like, there are not
Right.
a lot of network dramas I feel like can go as far as
Absolutely.
they need to today to get some of that
Right.
reaction. So I'm not saying Fringe has no shot.
No.
I think if anything though it would be more of the it's the last season and we've never really acknowledged them and they are deserving, but also let's give it to them now before we have no more shot.
I mean, it's also, I feel like the critical support has dimmed down significantly with Fringe this past year. So it's like last year when there was all that buzz that, this guy needs to be nominated. This show should be even looked at.
Right.
That's, John Noble does get those pushes, but aside from that, there's been no real emphasis on, okay, this show, take a look at it, because the season was not the strongest one they've had. It's been arguably a little bit uneven this past year, so I understand that. So I will say, because we are like feet away from them, I was not literally them, but their offices. I am bummed Parks and Rec did not get a series nod, because all of you people made me follow them up with the show and realize how amazing it was.
It's so good.
It is amazing. And Emmys.
And Nick Offerman as well. Like, personally, I really wanted to see him get something, because I've always been an Amy Poehler fan, but I think what sold me on Parks and Rec was also her relationship to Nick Offerman in the show. Like, that just dynamic that you think shouldn't work because of all the things that they inherently are and what they believe about government, and yet it's just so, I love it. It's just so hopeful and so smartly written and beautifully acted, and I would have liked to see that both Nick and the show get nominations. And I will say that, the Golden Globes always used to be that show where there's that one, like, weird nomination, like that one, like, offbeat, and I feel like the Emmys are doing that a little bit this year. Like, not in every category, but there were definitely a few here and there where I felt like, why are you following in those footsteps of that's just totally random. And I don't know if it's me, like, woke up at 5 a.m. a little bit punchy and, like, not fully awake and responding to it, or, and I'm just gonna say it. I love Smash. I unironically watch Smash, but Uma Thurman getting nominated for a guest star in Smash was one of those, like, just because she's Uma Thurman and a big name, like we were talking about with
Bernadette Peters
miniseries.
would have gotten that kind of nomination over Uma Thurman.
Well, I don't know. I didn't love her character either.
I thought she was better than
But
Thurman.
well, okay. I don't know. But
Just
just in the sense of, like, they're such over the top characters that I felt like they were sticky.
Yeah.
That I didn't expect to see any of it get nominated. And I don't know. I can't even right now remember who else is nominated against her. So I can't even say who I think will take it
For
guest star. It's been a very long day.
It's been a really long day, and there's a lot of people nominated.
This might
brilliant things to be said. There were a lot of people nominated.
Well, you can go online to either of our Twitters and find where we've listed who is actually nominated above and beyond these people that we've ranted about. Danielle at Danielle TBD.
Marisa at Marisa Roffman.
And stay tuned, because the next time we podcast, we'll be talking about fall TV. You kind of teased that already, but we had to sneak this one in there because we just had so many thoughts.
And we won't be on the roof of the parking lot. Promise.
I can't make that promise.
I'm not reshooting that darn thing. That's a promise.